Vending machines, let's talk about them because most of them, of course, sell, we know, candy or soda, but one with a very targeted product, and that is powered by artificial intelligence, is making headlines in the South. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
A controversial vending machine company is in the line of fire. A grocery store in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is the first to remove a kiosk that sells ammunition as the city council considered the vending machine's legality.
I got some calls about ammunition being sold in grocery stores.
Vending machines.
The vending machines, is that, I mean, I thought it was a lot. I thought it was a joke.
The vending machine is made by American Rounds, which says it uses artificial intelligence and facial recognition technology to match buyers of the ammo with their ID cards. The company says the novel way of selling ammo for shotguns, pistols, and rifles will reduce theft and increase safety. Writing on its website, all transactions comply with federal and local regulations, maintaining the highest standards of responsible sales. It says 6 kiosks have now been installed in stores in Alabama and Oklahoma, and it plans to expand throughout the South.
We're really excited about where we're going. We are going to continue to expand here in Alabama. We have a machine slated to go into Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas.
A manager at the Tuscaloosa store that removed the machine says it was not because of the city council meeting, but because of a lack of sales. The city has since verified that the vending machines are legal, and while many are enthusiastic about the kiosks, critics are taking aim online. One writing, deeply dystopian. Another quipping, what could go wrong? American Rounds says all users of the vending machine must be over 21. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Well, a lot to talk about here, right? Joining us now with more, Grant Majors, CEO of American Rounds, the company that makes those vending machines. Grant, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So
honored.
Let's go on. I'm glad you came on the show because I think a lot of people are asking questions about this. Explain how the AI part of this and facial recognition technology in your vending machines works to ensure that ammunition is sold only to authorized individuals. That's the big worry here, I think.
Yeah, so I think when people think about us and they hear this idea of a vending machine, they have the idea of an old style vending machine, turnstile where a candy bar drops to the bottom. You know, that's not what this is. We use ID scanners. So when someone comes to make a purchase, they're going to insert their ID after they've selected the product. It's going to validate that that ID is a legitimate ID, that it's not a fake ID or one that's expired. It's going to validate that they're of age, which in our case is 21 to use our machines. Then it's going to do a facial recognition to match the face to the ID. So we know the person that's at the ID is at the machine making the purchase is the person on the ID. So that will prevent, you know, fake IDs from being used or, you know, stolen IDs.
But how do you guarantee, with all due respect, that these people are, you know, approved to buy ammunition? Because a lot of people have real IDs, and if they don't have background checks and all that stuff, it goes by the wayside then.
Yeah, well, right now, when it comes to ammunition, where you buy it anywhere at any local retailer, there's not background checks for ammunition sales. That's not part. So right now, you know, in terms of, you know, meeting all federal, state and local laws, you know, our machines meet those standards.
Right. Have there been criticism? I mean, you've heard criticism about this already, right? So what do you say to people who say, hey, you're not helping this at all?
Well, I think we got to look at the whole context of ammunition sales. Right now, ammunition is sold off the shelf for the most part in retail locations, or it's sold online. So it sits on a shelf, no different than a box of cereal at a grocery store. So because of that, it's a high theft rate. It is oftentimes very few people get their IDs checked. I can tell you personally, I've never been ID'd purchasing ammo in my life. You know, online, it's easy to click that you're 21 when you're not, right, and then have ammo to your house. So we actually take the steps to make sure, you know, IDs are valid, verified, and before the transaction can be completed.
Discuss a little bit about your plans for what you want to do and about the regulatory questions about safety and security. But they'd go beyond this. They go more into the guns part of it. But you know, listen, if you have guns and you don't have any ammunition, you don't have a gun, really.
Well, I mean, that's true. And I think ammunition, you know, has been, you know, it's one of the reasons we stepped into this market. we believe that we're the safest and most secure method of the sales of ammunition on the market. And because of the way we approach it. And again, it just goes back to, we got to look at what's out there now. There's been a lot of regulation for firearms, and appropriately so in certain states. But in ammunition, as I said, it sits on the shelf or it's easily bought online. Our machines make it convenient for customers, and it's safe.
And you're certainly trying, based on what you've said and what we showed inside some of the stories here, that, listen, if you're not old enough to buy this, then you're not going to get it if everything's on the up and up. And I think that people would say that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Grant
That's
Majors,
a good thing.
CEO of American Rounds. Grant Majors, appreciate you coming and talking to us tonight.